Now on Coast TV News.
Buckaloo back, sources tell Coast TV, embattled former Lewis Fire Chief Bill Buckaloo is back in the department.
North Star approved.
They ain't got the room.
New commercial space coming to Lewis, why community members and Sussex County Council are divided.
Island protection.
There's absolutely no storm event that's going to move these.
Barriers in the Rehoboth Bay slow waves and protect a sacred shoreline.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
Former Lewis Fire Chief Bill Buckaloo reinstated, even though he was removed for 2 years just last month.
Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. Our top story tonight, sources tell Coast TV, former Lewis Fire Chief Bill Buckaloo is reinstated into the fire department, even though top department officials called for Buckaloo's resignation last month. Coast TV News reporter Emma Aiken is live at the Lewis Fire Department. Emma, the decision to keep Buckaloo was announced to the department last night.
Charlie, multiple sources tell Coast TV News after Fire President Wally Evans announced that Buckaloo was back, members were shocked. One source says you could hear a pin drop in the meeting. Members say they were confused. The members thought that Buckaloo was removed from the department for 2 years. Former Fire Chief Bill Buckaloo is apparently back in the Lewis Fire Department. The announcement by Fire President Wally Evans left members we spoke with shocked. Shocked because just last month on September 10th, a board member sent this email to the members, saying in an emergency meeting, the board voted to remove Buckaloo from the roles of the Lewis Fire Department for 2 years. We spoke with Evans on the phone today. He now calls that email unauthorized and, quote, fake news. Sources say now Buckaloo has gotten his keys to the fire department back and can answer fire calls. Even though on September 5th, Evans, alongside current Fire Chief Robert Stevens, held this press conference and called for Buckaloo to resign. Should Bill Buckaloo resign?
Should Mr. Buckaloo resign? In my opinion, for the best interest of the Lewis Fire Department, it would be good for Mr. Buckaloo to resign.
According to Wally today, quote, we had asked for his removal, but we had already gone through a disciplinary process, unquote. We asked Evans on the phone today if he is still calling for Buckaloo to resign. He did not answer that question. As Evans told the members last night, Buckaloo's original 60-day suspension stands. That suspension is now over. We reached out to Bill Buckaloo today to try and talk to him, but we did not hear back. Reporting live here in Lewis, Emma Aiken, Coast TV News.
All this comes after Buckaloo facing multiple controversies during his time at the department. Bill Buckaloo was serving his 5th term as fire chief at the time of his suspension. Back in 2018, Buckaloo was arrested by Lewis police for disorderly conduct after urinating off a dock. In 2020, while serving as assistant chief, Buckaloo was suspended for a Facebook post that included a slur aimed at a drag performer following a show in Rehoboth Beach. The post later deleted, and Buckaloo issued a public apology. Following Buckaloo's suspension in July, the Lewis Fire Department held an election to pick a new fire chief. Robert Stevens is now currently serving that fire chief role. Full disclosure, the current fire chief, Robert Stevens, is the husband of Coast TV's assistant news director and anchor Madeline Overturf. This brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what's your trust level in the Lewis Fire Department handling internal affairs? Let's take a look at the updated results from earlier this evening. And here's what we've got. 57% say no trust, 25% saying some trust, 14% saying very high, and 4% saying little trust. We do also have a comment. Shelley of Lewis says, quote, I believe in accountability, but also fairness. If you haven't voted yet, or if you want to leave a comment, go to coasttv.com or use our mobile app, and we will show you updated results on Coast TV News at 11. Taking a live look into Lewis right now, a gorgeous looking evening out there. But let's check in with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams to find a little bit more about what's actually happening.
Well, what's actually happening for us tonight, we have additional moisture that's going to accumulate throughout the rest of the night, setting the stage for an opportunity for widespread scattered showers, and maybe even a thunderstorm or two for early tomorrow morning. Your drive outside tomorrow morning might be a little bit on the tricky side with some rough spots. But right now, we are calm, 76 degrees. We'll drop to 69 with increasing cloud cover by 10 o'clock. We have a small craft advisory that is active until 8 o'clock for Wednesday, possibly leaning into Thursday, watching out for 25-mile-per-hour wind gusts. But for right now, we're looking relatively clear. Now, I'm going to widen the scope here because we have some rain that's accompanying a frontal boundary that's going to slide in our direction. And when that pushes through, it's going to bring that rain in our direction late tonight, really most of early tomorrow morning, because this high-pressure system is going to kind of melt away and not keep things at bay for us. Quick look at your evening planner. We're going to plan on it staying pretty dry until we hit midnight, and then in the early morning hours, here comes a couple of waves of rain and a chance of thunderstorms. More on that coming up in a moment. Till then, back to you, Maddie.
Thank you. On your screen now is Route 9 and Beaver Dam Road in Lewis. It's where the North Star development is planned, with hundreds of houses, 94 apartments, and now, after today's County Council meeting, commercial space. Coast TV News reporter Christina DeRobertis is live in Lewis. Christina, the council voted in favor of the zoning change.
Yes, Maddie, and that means developers can now build commercial businesses on the North Star property, which is across the way from us right now. We're on Route 9, and North Star is all of this land on the other side. Now, on the side of Route 9 where we're standing now is the vineyards. There's already commercial businesses here. So with this approval today, it means there could be commercial businesses on both sides of the highway now. So County Council voted 3-2 in favor of this zoning change today. And those who voted in favor of it say because homes and apartments are already approved in this project, people that are going to be living there need businesses they can access without going too far, without getting on Coastal Highway. But those voting against the zoning change say they just are worried about traffic, and they want to send a message that development in Sussex County needs to be toned down for now. We also spoke with community members on this, and they're divided about the decision as well.
Absolutely. I think mixed use developments are the way to go.
There's no way that you know what you're just talking about, some more of it being built, but there's no way that they're going to be able to keep up. It's just overwhelmed.
So the entire development, the North Star development, is 433 acres. The commercial aspect would just be on 13 acres. It's not clear at this point which commercial businesses would be included. Back to you guys.
Thank you. New tonight, Delaware launching a website to help people affected by the government shutdown. You see it on your screen next to me. Governor Matt Meyer says the site includes links to food programs, health care, unemployment help, child care, rent, and utility assistance. We actually have an article right now linking to this new website. Just head to coasttv.com.
Route 1 is about to get its first speed camera. DelDOT installing a camera along the southbound Route 1 by Minos Conaway. That is where a number of new roads are being constructed, and they say anybody going at least 11 miles over the speed limit will be caught by the camera. DelDOT says a 21-day warning period will start, but by November 11th, you're going to be fined $20 if you're 11 over, plus an extra $1 for every mile after that. And this is the intersection of Deer Forest Road and McCauley's Chapel Road in Georgetown. DelDOT says it will soon be a four-way stop.
Construction happening in Thompson Island in the Rehoboth Bay. DENREC and the Delaware Center for the Inland Bays are installing 400 devices to help fight erosion. Coast TV's Brandon Ferguson shows us from the water how these devices are working and what's next for the project.
Taking the boat out to Thompson Island to see this work up close. DENREC and the Delaware Center for Inland Bays teaming up to install 400 attenuation devices to protect the coast of this island. Doug Janik is the project's designer and says Mother Nature isn't pushing these things anywhere.
There's absolutely no storm event that's going to move these. This won't happen. It's in this bay, you can't get enough energy. So these are going to be here until for generations.
The attenuation device itself slows down the waves and creates calm waters closer to land. Jim Talbot is the executive vice president of Gillespie Precast, who makes the concrete barriers, and they are big and they are heavy, weighing in at 2,600 pounds each.
The wave attenuation devices were reinforced with a fiber mesh, polypropylene fiber. That's what's inside of it to give it strength. It's mixed into the concrete, so it's all the way through from one side to the other.
The island is a restricted area and is a nature preserve because of the ties that go back thousands of years to the Nanticoke Indian tribe. Bob Collins with the Delaware Center for Inland Bays says this makes the work unique.
Thompson Island is a very important cultural asset for the state of Delaware.
With the first phase of this project wrapping up, there's expected to be 4 total phases completed around Thompson Island. And the first phase was the only one that was funded at $1 million. And roughly the second phase is expected to be at that $1 million mark as well. On the Rehoboth Bay, Brandon Ferguson, Coast TV News.
And we're just getting started this evening.
A boys soccer showdown. The Delmarva Sports Network previewing the biggest soccer game on the peninsula tonight.
And we have a messy Wednesday morning ahead because of showers and isolated thunderstorms that you're going to run into on your way out the door tomorrow morning. I'll show you what I'm talking about coming up.
But first, horses help care for veterans. We profile a unique type of therapy up next when we're back in just 60 seconds. One of the things that I honestly love most about living here on Delmarva is the sense of community. People truly come together. They care about their neighbors. They care about this place that we call home. And that's why here at Coast TV, we've decided to profile the nonprofits that make this place such a wonderful place to call home. And tonight we're going to take you to Southern Delaware Therapeutic Riding and show you how they are changing lives right here in Harbison.
Good boy, you're right there.
You're not seeing any riding at the Southern Delaware Therapeutic Riding Center in this program.
Walk on.
But what you are seeing is a horsemanship program for veterans.
Eyes up, make sure you're breathing.
8 weeks, but lives forever changed.
All the way. Watch it, you're not holding your breath.
Has it helped you in your life outside of here?
Oh yeah, tremendously.
How so?
Assert my boundaries, letting people know what I'm not going to accept, being more a little bit outspoken instead of always feeling like I couldn't rock the boat. But if I can handle the horses, I can handle people.
Located in Harbison, Southern Delaware Therapeutic Riding helps adults and children who have a variety of conditions, including intellectual and physical disabilities.
Look at that, woo, good job.
And even issues you can't see on the surface.
I suffer with PTSD, and sometimes my PTSD acts up depending if I get stressed out. And this experience has helped me control that.
What you're seeing here is described as natural horsemanship. It's not about doing tricks or anything like that. It's about communication, learning what the horse is feeling, how to speak with them, work with them, and above all, build trust. The veterans I speak with here say that's not something that is left in this arena. That trust and communication comes with them every moment when they go home.
The horses help us find a calm place within us. They help us to be more grounded in the moment with them. Yeah, so it's powerful. It's amazing, powerful healing that occurs with the horse. How's everybody doing? I saw you playing with the big green
Southern
ball.
Delaware Therapeutic Riding says the benefits are both physical
1, 2, 3, halt.
and psychological. A nonprofit changing lives, one ride,
Whoa, perfect.
and even walk
Walk on.
at a time. For the ties that bind us, I'm Madeline Overturf.
We're getting the opportunity to enjoy at least one last hurrah of summer-like conditions before we plunge deep into a fall-like pattern. And it kicks in by late tonight going into tomorrow thanks to a cold front and rain that could be a bit on the stormy side occasionally. But in Ocean City, where right now we're at 72 degrees. Now the winds are rolling at about 11 miles per hour, very manageable at this point, and will slip to the lower 70s throughout the night as the cloud cover continues to roll in and become thicker as we progress throughout the night. 75 degrees right now in Georgetown. It's 1 degree warmer than that in Seaford at 76. It's also 76 degrees in Bridgeville as well as Milford. And we're holding at 72 degrees right now, Ocean City. Now, we are looking relatively quiet for right now. We do have concerns for gusty winds off the coast, but I'm really focusing on what's happening with the timing of the rain. So the first model is indicating, hey, we could see some scattered showers in here by midnight, well, just after midnight at 12:30. This is relatively light stuff here. And then we have some isolated cells trying to pop in by 6 o'clock, and then it pushes on through. And that's model number 1. Overnight, we're looking for temperatures to settle into the 50s, and for us along the coast, we'll have temperatures in the low to mid 70s with winds staying very blustery out of the southwest between 17 to 25 miles per hour, and occasional gusts up to 30. Now, then we see these scattered showers pushing across quickly throughout portions of Georgetown, Seaford, and those areas. And then also we time it on what's happening for the coast. We see big cells that are sliding through, and that's for Wednesday morning. Most of this, according to the latest model run, is getting out of the way by lunchtime. So your early morning commute tomorrow morning, that's where we're going to have that situation. And the amount of rain has dialed down tremendously instead of 2 or 3 inches, which I thought was out there in the first place, to be honest, with the first run. We're looking at about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, worst case scenario thus far with the latest run. The winds are where it's kind of interesting. Out of the south at 23 miles per hour, then 27 to near 30 by lunchtime. Now watch this switcheroo. You ready? Boom, there it is, coming directly out of the north. Evidence of the cold front pushing through, lower temperatures, lower dew point temperatures, and a cutting wind, by the way. And then as we go into Sunday, going to Monday, we have the backside of a low pressure system off the water that's supposed to bring some additional scattered showers our way. Tropical storm Jerry is what we got going on right now. Jerry's going to graduate to Category 1 status as a hurricane, and possibly 2, but it'll curve away from our shore. I don't see it getting close to us whatsoever. Tonight, mostly cloudy, scattered showers and 68. Tomorrow, 71, isolated heavy downpours, especially early, right around 6 o'clock. Then for Thursday, sunny skies back in style, much cooler, long sleeves are required for Thursday. You heard it from me first. Here we go. Here's a look at your extended forecast. We could actually get a little frost action happening for Friday morning and some isolated pockets on the outskirts and out in the countryside.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good evening, sports fans. We've got a must-watch matchup tonight on the soccer pitch. It's Sussex Academy and Cape Henlopen. And let's start with the visiting Seahawks. Sussex Academy is 7-1 on the year, starting off the season strong, defeating Salesian Anthem, and now hold on to a 3-game win streak. Their only loss comes against St. Andrews at the end of September. This team, coming fresh off a state championship, looks to continue their hot streak with a chance to stay on top in the Henlopen South. As for the Cape Henlopen Vikings, they sit at 8-1 on the year. This is an important game for the Vikings for a few reasons. Their last game was a loss against Brandywine, so they are looking to get back in the win column. Plus, they have a tough couple of games to round out their schedule. Not only Sussex Academy tonight, but also Sussex Central, Caesar Rodney, and Sanford. Tonight could be a huge momentum push if Cape Henlopen can scratch out a win. Action starts only on the Delmarva Sports Network tonight at 6:30 p.m. You can watch over the air or on the go on DSM+, so make sure you subscribe today for all the action. That over sports. Have a great night.
So let's take a look. Rehoboth Beach, we're looking at 69 degrees by lake tonight. Small craft advisory, active force off the coast. Keep that in mind. Our umbrella giveaway winner, Michael Renner of Frankfurt. Congratulations. And you can keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line. And finally, here's a look at your extended forecast.
Well, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.